Husband likes to be in bed by 6:30 with a cheeseburger.
Oh, it is true. That's why we don't share a room. There is no space for me with cheeseburger.
Melania did not take part in the customary First Lady meeting with Dr. Jill Biden today. Apparently, she had crying in the dark scheduled for this morning and focused on treating America as one big couch they can all screw together. It's Wiles headlined the event.
Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert just tag-teamed a roast so savage it made Melania Trump cry, with laughter. The White House will never be the same after this comedic takedown. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video, but here's the kicker. Melania's comeback had both hosts eating their words. You won't believe what she said that turned the tables on these late night kings.
In fact, it says that on election night, Melania was in tears and not of joy. That she supported her husband's decision to run for president. She was confident he would win and was very happy. First ladies, they're just like us. So you didn't cry on election night?
Oh, no, that is true.
Trump's win was so unexpected, even he looked surprised. And that's saying something for a guy whose eyebrows are permanently stuck in shocked mode. Election night 2016 was like watching a reality TV show where the underdog nobody thought could win suddenly takes the crown. Spoiler alert, that underdog was Donald Trump.
Husband likes to be in bed by 6:30 with a cheeseburger.
Oh, it is true. That's why we don't share a room. There is no space for me with cheeseburger.
Oh, what about the claim that you and your husband sleep in separate rooms?
That is a lie. I haven't slept since the election.
Melania declined the First Lady's invitation to visit, which I'm sure Jill Biden was heartbroken.
The pundits got it so wrong, you'd think they were reading tea leaves instead of poll numbers. As the night went on, the mood in newsrooms across the country went from business as usual to who switched my coffee with decaf. Anchors stumbled over their words, trying to make sense of the results rolling in. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion, except the car was democracy and we were all along for the ride.
Melania did not take part in the customary First Lady meeting with Dr. Jill Biden today. Apparently, she had crying in the dark scheduled for this morning. And
she's not showing up tomorrow. Is she going to move back into the White House? What do we know?
Well, there's a lot of speculation right now, and I've heard from a lot of sources that they don't expect.
See Donald Trump sitting in front of a portrait of George Washington. You realize how ridiculous this.
Social media, oh boy, it was a dumpster fire of epic proportions. Twitter nearly broke under the weight of all the caps lock. Celebrities were losing their minds faster than Trump loses his cool on a bad hair day. Lady Gaga chained herself to a Trump Tower truck, no really, and Cher threatened to move to Jupiter. Politicians weren't much better. Some looked like they'd seen a ghost, others like they'd just won the lottery. But the moment it really hit home was when the usually unflappable Wolf Blitzer started to sound like he needed a stiff drink.
This time, the clown car is filling up fast. That's how it goes in the Trump White House. You know, last time Trump got elected, he took forever to fill his cabinets. And you will not believe some of the people he wants to hire. I mentioned last night his pick for Secretary of Defense.
CNN's magic wall couldn't save them now. As state after state turned red, it became clear the orange turd, as some late-night hosts lovingly call him, was about to become commander-in-chief. So what does this mean for late-night TV? Well, let's just say the writers' rooms were probably popping champagne and crying into it at the same time. 4 more years of Trump jokes? It's like Christmas came early, but Santa brought coal and called it a beautiful, clean gift. As the dust settled, late-night hosts were already sharpening their pencils and their wits. Colbert was probably brewing a vat of kofef, while Kimmel was rehearsing his Trump pout in the mirror. These guys were gearing up for a comedy gold rush, with Trump as their very own orange nugget. But before we dive into their post-election zingers, let's rewind a bit. How did these comedy kings handle the immediate aftermath of Trump's win? Spoiler alert, it involved a lot of booze.
He wants 4 Big Macs, 6 large fries, 2 buckets of KFs, eliminating immigration and his ongoing fight against the climate, focused on treating America as one big couch they can all screw together. It's Wiles headlined the event.
Disbelief and some of the most savage burns this side of a White House correspondent's dinner. As the election results rolled in, late-night hosts faced a dilemma: make people laugh or make them think. The answer might surprise you, and it's got network executives grinning from ear to ear. Jimmy Kimmel joked about fleeing the country, but it turns out comedy might be his best defense against the orange storm brewing in Washington. The late-night crew was caught between a rock and a hard place. Or should we say between a Trump and a punchline?
I don't know, maybe next time all these political experts can publish their articles on where the Democrats went wrong before the elections, is going to keep holding rallies. You know those rallies he's going to keep doing them even though the election's over. That way Americans can stay up to date on the size of the late Arnold Palmer's dong and whatnot.
These hosts had to walk a tightrope, balancing humor with the very real concerns many Americans felt. Colbert, with his signature sarcasm, quipped, "I'm not sure if this is a comedy show anymore." Meanwhile, Seth Meyers kept his cool, delivering deadpan zingers that hit harder than Trump's tweets. Each host brought their A-game, serving up roasts hotter than a Mar-a-Lago tanning bed. Colbert compared Trump's win to a bad Twilight Zone episode, while Kimmel suggested we just elected Captain Crunch as president. Even the usually cheerful Jimmy Fallon couldn't resist a jab, saying Trump's victory speech was the first time he'd ever seen the Donald at a loss for words. But beneath the laughs, you could sense the struggle. These comedians were processing the shock in real time, right along with their audiences. They weren't just telling jokes, they were holding up a mirror to a nation in disbelief. The burning question on everyone's mind: how would these comedy kings navigate 4 years of President Trump? Would they go for the jugular every night or try to find common ground? Could they keep the laughs coming without turning into a nightly Trump bash fest? Well, folks, the answer came faster than you can say "cuff-f." As it turns out, taking on Trump was ratings gold. Late-night shows saw their numbers skyrocket as viewers tuned in for their daily dose of political satire. It seems that in times of political chaos, laughter truly is the best medicine, and these hosts were writing the prescription. But hold on to your MAGA hats, because the biggest surprise of the night wasn't from the host at all. It came from an unexpected source, someone who'd been standing quietly in the background all along. Get ready, because what happened next will make you question everything you thought you knew about political comedy.
He is expected to win the House now. They already won the Senate, and of course they won the White House. It's like if there was a sequel to Snakes on a Plane, but this time the plane was all snakes, gracious, and that they really enjoyed seeing each other. I wonder who is dreading this meeting more, Biden or Trump? Probably Biden.
Just when we thought the night couldn't get any wilder, Melania Trump stepped into the comedy ring. Picture this: the usually reserved First Lady grabs the mic at a charity event and starts cracking jokes about her husband's hair. The crowd went nuts, and even Kimmel and Colbert were left speechless. Who knew Melania had such perfect comedic timing? This unexpected turn of events got people thinking, could political satire actually change minds in Trump's second term? It's possible. When politicians become punchlines, it's hard to take them seriously. But here's the thing, laughter can also make us forget the serious stuff. So, what's the takeaway? Stay informed, folks. Keep up with the news, but don't forget to laugh along the way. After all, if Melania can poke fun at the Donald, maybe we can all learn to find humor in these crazy times. Just remember, a chuckle a day keeps the political blues away.